Okay. Sorry about not, what do you call it? Oh, not posting earlier. It's been a while. It's been a while since I put my channel on. Made a YouTube video of myself. So, my name is Dr. May Alomari. I'm a doctor of pharmacy. This is the business card right here that I'll give to anyone who wants to hire me as a sexual abuse recovery counselor. Unofficially, obviously, I'm not a counselor, I'm a pharmacist. So, um, nevertheless, I can counsel people. I have been trained in life coaching. And okay, so today is, let's look at Google. My Microsoft thing. And yeah, that too. So it's 3:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, January 25th, 2023. Today is Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. Okay. It's Wednesday, January 25th, 2023, 3:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm playing Christian music in the background because I need to stay centered. Okay. So this is my sexual abuse story. Ready, set, go. Okay. Right here, it has to be double spaced, less than, didn't say 12 pages. Yeah, 12, less than 12 pages. I think that's the CR thing. Um, is it 12? Yeah, 6 pages. So it has to be less than 12 pages, double spaced. They don't say number of words, but basically, so this meets the Celebrate Recovery, what do you call it? Testimony guidelines. And I've been in Celebrate Recovery for my sexual abuse since April 13th, 2013. And so I will collect my 10-year chip. I can't wait. I don't know where I'm going to go because there are no Celebrate Recoveries in downtown LA. There's no Celebrate Recoveries in Los Angeles, actually, the city of Los Angeles, which is ridiculous. Okay, so just put that aside on the back burner because um, I'm not strong enough to make that happen, obviously. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to reality here. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. This is my sexual abuse story that I wrote on January 12th, 2020, which meets the Celebrate Recovery guidelines of being double spaced. And it's 6 pages, not 12. So my original testimony was 12 pages that I gave in May 2016. Yeah, May. Was it May? I think it was May. Yeah, May 16th, 2016, at the church in Michigan. And so now I'm in Los Angeles. Hopefully, I'll be able to give my testimony so that we could heal a bunch of people, including myself, sexual abuse and all the maladaptive behaviors that sexual abuse victims like myself develop to cope with, uh, the cruelty of sexual abuse. So, okay, this is my story. My depression and my sexual abuse story, 15 minutes max. Okay, so those are the Celebrate Recovery guidelines. All right. I'm just going to read because Celebrate Recovery allows you to read. So you can read it right from the paper at the podium in the pulpit. And that's what I'm going to do right here. This is my YouTube channel. My name is May Alomari, and I was sexually abused by my brothers and my father. It was horrifying. And it was horrifying to find out those people that I lived with and was supposed to trust violated me sexually in a way God never intended nor ordered. It happened this way. I was young, 5 years old to 10 years old. It happened almost every day after school. My mom and my dad were at work. I was a school kid coming home to an unsupervised house. This is where my brothers defiled me regularly. It started with them removing my shirt and t-shirt and touching me with their hands. I must have been terrified. Where was my soul? Was there terrified to death? This is my own words in my own truth. It then progressed to more, being totally naked in front of them, to ogle um, and to come off to my innocent body. I said to jack off to my innocent body in childhood. In my school years, my teachers reported to my mother, reported this to my mother, that I was a young girl who became quiet, reclusive, and isolated. And they couldn't figure out why I was reclusive, quiet, and isolated. That wasn't my natural being. I was molested and therefore told not to tell anyone. So that's what I did. I didn't tell anyone. His name is, and he was born in, and he was still, and he still is a horrible Muslim. At the time, as a child, I felt victimized by all my siblings. They constantly bullied me every day. My saving grace was my dad. He beat them constantly with his hand. That was my justification of why I never spoke to anyone. My depression, a deep sorrow, mournful crying of my soul and spirit, my sister heard every time when I was asleep. She heard my soul cry because we slept in the same room, as we were kids growing up. It was my deep soul cry until I entered recovery for all that sexual abuse. I expressed my self hatred through too much eating. I overate any time I wasn't feeling honored or loved by God. At my age of 14 years old, I told my mom, and she didn't believe me and told me to tell your dad. I did, and he further molested me. And at that point, I grew up a young child hating old men like my dad. My voice became a swearing, cursing young woman. Anytime they laid their slimy hands on me, I said, fuck you. Fuck you became my hello to all of them. This practice is helping me heal by writing it down, reflecting, and moving forward. At my age of teenager, I always made friends. I made girlfriends easily. Their names were Carol, Vicky, Donna, and Sharon. I had a lot of fun in junior high school and in high school. I decided to overcome all that abuse with excelling in my school grades. I decided to friend all the smart girls, hang out with them, and do life like them. Okay, so there's a commercial, and so I'll be right back. All right. All right, where was I? Oh, I decided to become friends with all the smart girls in school, hang out with them, and do life with them, like them. I was invited to their homes to be loved by their moms and fed meals, taken to malls, and driven by them to high school. It is how I survived a horrifying family life. I became so resourceful in finding my grounding before I started college in Detroit, Michigan. It was really I was really scared to go to college there, yet my mom and dad loved me enough to make it right for me there. They bought me a car at the age of 19 years old to drive and finish my bachelor's of science degree. Passed my board exam, passed my boards, and still live a pretty nice life of traveling with my family. My life crashed, burned when my dad died in November 29, 2005. I did not realize what support he was for me until he died. Here I am in Santa Clarita Valley, California, with a man with a sobriety date of November 29th, the same day my dad died. Not a coincidence. It was what my soul needed and still needs, a stable, sober man who keeps his promises like my dad did. They say we marry our Father. I disagree. We marry who God sends us, as our completeness is made in Him alone. Depression now, I define, is a cruel sadness of people's sins on my life. Depression is me not getting my way. Depression, as defined by Wikipedia, is this: number one, depression are feelings of severe despondency and dejection, a self doubt that creeps in and swiftly turns to depression. Two, a long and severe recession in an economy or market. It's a change in sleep and or appetite and increased thoughts of death. That's what I suffered my whole life since being sexually abused. Depression from Wikipedia is a state of low mood and aversion to activity. It can affect a person's thoughts, behaviors, motivation, feelings, and sense of well being. It may feature sadness, difficulty in thinking, concentration, and a significant increase or decrease in appetite. For me, it was an increase in appetite and time spent sleeping, increased use of Benadryl. People experiencing depression may have feelings of dejection, hopelessness, and sometimes suicidal thoughts. The causal factors are adversity in childhood, including sexual abuse and domestic violence, and an unequal parental treatment of siblings can contribute to depression in adulthood over the victim's lifetime. This has been proven scientifically. How do I cope today at 53? This was when I was 53 years old, so I'm 56, 3 years later. How do I cope today, 3 years ago? Number one, I leave it to my abuser. Number two, not a good strategy, obviously. Number two, I secure a loving environment. Okay, that worked. And number three, I came to ASCA. ASCA is Adult Survivors of Sexual Childhood Abuse, to share my hope in a better today and tomorrow. So 3 years later, I'm not in Santa Clarita, obviously. I'm in downtown LA, 10 minutes from downtown LA. Um, I don't care, people know where I live and where I mean, what are you going to do? Come and get me, put me in jail for being sexually abused? Um, there's no crime against that. So I'm be grateful. How did I end up here? I have no idea, just by mistake, really. I was working for the government, and they thought it was a good idea to move here. And I thought I was going to keep my job, but they forced me to resign because she's an African American person that works for the government that did not like me. And she looks like Wendy Williams. She's tall, skinny. She forced me to resign because she didn't like my white skin, probably. So, so 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 they forced me to resign, and I had a decision to make. What the hell am I going to do? Long story short, I got placed in this apartment. I kept the apartment, obviously, and I won my voucher, Section 8 voucher, and so I made it here to LA. Big deal, big deal. Now I'm kind of nervous because I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. So um, I filed for disability. I thought that was going to be my way out, and it's not. They denied me again, and I don't know what to say. I'm 56, 3 years later, after writing my what do you call it? My testimony. I'm still here. I'm still paying my bills. I still have a place to live, and I'm grateful. I live 10 minutes from downtown LA, and I'm not black. I'm not. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not black. I'm not brown. I'm not Mexican, so I don't fit in. And into this, what do you call it? Downtown LA. I don't know what they call it. Downtown LA. Yeah, I don't fit in. So my pastor used to say, just say misfit. Okay. I'm not going to say misfit this time. I fit in because I am white and I am a sexual abuse victim. And in Los Angeles, they do honor sexual abuse victims highly. And, the governor's wife is a sexual abuse victim. Yes, she was molested by, you know, uh, a, you know, a higher up in Hollywood called Harvey Weinstein. I was molested by my brother. He's not famous, so he won't go to jail, unfortunately. And typical people, siblings, are nobodies, because we're nobodies because people don't give a shit about our story, and they don't give a shit about putting our abusers in jail. So we just sit here and celebrate recovery and keep telling our story until somebody notices me and says you're important enough for me to pay for you. So thanks, Section 8. Appreciate that a lot. That's a housing authority of California, Los Angeles, HACLA, not LASA. LASA failed, but HACLA supported me and still supports me. And I'll figure out a way. I figure out a way every day to pay my rent. I was going to give my clothes away to the Salvation Army, but somebody came in here and said, "Don't do that." And so I'm not going to do that right now. But I don't have enough savings to pay for all my bills, so I'm freaking out. And so I'll post this on YouTube and see who watches my video, and maybe they'll fund me, give me a thumbs up. And thumbs up, I mean, give me the ability to pay my bills, man. My internet is $100 a month, and that's $1,200 in a year. My savings is less than that. So I applied for social services, and they can apply. I can apply for emergency, as long as I show them my receipt. So I can make a copy of my $900 car bill, repair bill, that I paid last month. Um, and see what happens. Nobody pays for sexual abuse stories for people like me because we're not famous. We're not Hollywood. We're not famous. We're nobodies. They don't care about us. And that's the way it is in America. That's the America we live in. Nobody cares, except for the person who pays my rent. And what I mean by rent is, overall rent. I pay a tiny portion, which, 40 bucks, I think I can come up with every year. I mean, every month. That's 480 a year. So it's $500 a year. That's all I have to make, 500 bucks a year to stay here. And so if I have to cancel my internet, I will. If I have to cancel my Hulu and my Peacock subscription, I will. If I have to change my, card to cancel all my bills, I will. How I'm going to eat, I'm not really sure yet. I haven't figured that out, but I have enough food for 2 months. So I can eat tuna and beans. And that's what I ate in Santa Clarita, living in my car. So I can do this. I'm 56. I'm resourceful. I'm a person who is highly resilient, and I don't have to keep fighting with jerks who don't want to pay my bills. I could just say, "This is my piece out." Oh, somebody's at the door. Hold on. All right. So that's it. That was my neighbor. And so, yeah, I decided to hold some packages. He knew it was me. So I gave it to him. I gave him 2 packages. And that's it. That's the story of my life. What I'm really grateful for, I'm grateful for We Connect. We Connect is my mental health provider now. And grateful for to be sober. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Grateful for that. Grateful for not being on medication anymore for my depression. I'm grateful to speak my truth and be heard. I'm grateful not to have 1,000 followers, because you can beat the system. You just beat the system, man. I'll tell you 3 or 4 different things that I did to beat the system. Number one, okay, YouTube said, "Oh, you can't have your own channel unless you have 1,000 followers." Well, I have my own channel. Hello, this is my channel, and I don't have 1,000 followers. I don't think I have any followers. I don't really care about that. So that's beating the system and winning. Number two, oh, you can't go to college without paying tuition, and beat that system. Next door, a charter school is paying for my college. They're giving me free classes, and I don't have to pay tuition. I don't have to take student loan out. So I beat the Department of Rehab. Thank you for that. My license. Okay, so 3 years ago, I didn't know how I'm going to pay my license, crying and crying and crying for 3 years in my damn car. How the hell am I going to pay my license? My pharmacist license in Michigan, not my driver's license. That was cheap. I could pay for that. My pharmacist license is $250 plus taking classes, which are not free. They're $80 times 12 classes. So 8 times 12 is $960. So $1,000, $1,000 to keep my pharmacist Michigan license. And I came up with it. The IRS. Thanks, IRS. Thanks for paying for my pharmacist license. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Because President Trump, when he was president, he gave us a $1,200 stimulus package, and he got that twice. So thanks, President Trump. You're the best. So that's beating the system. So I beat the system, basically. Beat that through that. Beat it by coming to LA instead of Detroit. And I got my CE paid for. And that's it. And, yeah, church doesn't give me a dime. I mean, they haven't given me a penny for anything here in Los Angeles, not for my food, not for my tickets, not for my, and tickets, I mean tickets to go travel to Michigan, not for my license, not for my driver's license, not for my pharmacist license. Nobody's paying for my California pharmacist license, and so I'm stuck right now, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So I talk about it, and hopefully somebody watches this and send me some money, and that's it. I'm a boss of my own life, and you know, at 56 with diabetes and sleep apnea and all this other bullshit, you just got to keep talking until somebody listens. Yes, I'm not Hollywood, but I do have faith, and my faith has carried me through my entire life. And that's why I got baptized April 25th, 2019. And I got baptized in Santa Clarita. And now I find myself in, Boyle Heights. Yeah, it's not the best place in the world, but it's not snow. And I'm not living in snow anymore. So thanks for letting me share. That's all I got. It's 3:47 p.m. and I'm going to join another WeConnect. I mean, anytime I get lonely, I go to WeConnect. So yeah, I'm skipping class today because I had to, because Quest Lab was giving me a hard time at drawing my lab. They had like 25 people in there and only 2 people to take blood. And so, I'm a diabetic. I can't wait 5 hours for you to take my blood. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. Wish me luck for that I can get my blood drawn. That's fasting. So I can make my doctor's appointment on Friday. It's all telehealth right now. So that's a story of my life. I'm going to sign off so that I can do something else. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.